Hi everyone, welcome back to French Blonde Travels. I'm Renee. Today, I need to give you guys a big fat thank you. I have passed the 1,000 subscriber mark. Yay! And I have been monetized. Yay! So, I'm still learning this thing, but I gotta say thank you to you guys for getting me this far. I am amazed at the response that I've gotten. You guys have been wonderful. Everything's been great. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't even have enough words to say. But just thank you. Um, I did go to Lake Ontario this past weekend. I spent 4 days up there, and I was beach bumming it. My friends from Orlando came home. They come home every summer, and their family has a camp on Lake Ontario. And they invite me to come up every summer. And I go every summer because I'm just a big beach bum. And I had a great time sitting on the beach, listening to the water, watching the water, getting in the water. It was really great.
I couldn't record any speaking parts while I was in the water or even while I was near the water. The water just was very loud and the wind was loud, so you were never going to hear me if I recorded any kind of speaking um, while I was at the water. I have to say, the water was much warmer than I thought it was going to be, and it was such a beautiful day. The sun was shining, and there was a nice breeze, and the sunset was absolutely beautiful, as usual, on Lake Ontario. I just love their sunsets.
But I had to take Snoopy in to the mechanic this morning. That's why I came home. I didn't want to. I wanted to stay on the beach, but Snoopy needed some work done before I hit the road and go to Michigan on Sunday. Today is Tuesday. I'm leaving Sunday. And so when I took my car in, my mechanic told me that it was the same problem as the last time I took him in. It was the O2 sensor. And I'm like, wait a minute. You just put that in. That cost a lot of money to get that put in. I mean, the part alone was expensive um, because of the kind of car I have. My SUV, when I replaced the O2 sensors on that, it was like nothing. But this has a different kind of O2 sensor, so it costs like 4 times as much as what it costs for my SUV. So, what are you going to do? That's what owning a car is all about, I guess. So, anyway, when he put my car up on the lift this morning, he discovered that the O2 sensor that he put in previously had become disconnected. I'm like, oh, okay. And he called the auto parts shop to bring a new O2 sensor, and he was just going to replace it under warranty. And turns out the auto shop place bought the wrong O2 sensor. And so what he thought he would do is just reconnect the one that I had and put it back on. And he did, and everything seemed to be fine. And I came home and everything was fine. The engine light didn't come on or anything like that. But a little bit later, I had to move my car. And when I turned the car on, the engine light was on. So I called him, and he said that he is going to have the auto shop bring the correct O2 sensor. and then I'll bring my car in tomorrow morning and have him replace it under warranty. Now, I don't have time to keep running back and forth to the mechanic. This better do the trick because I'm leaving on Sunday morning. I do not have time to run every day to the mechanic. I've got to get all of my stuff put together. You know, if you saw my make a list video, I'm making my list, and I'm trying to make sure that I have everything that I need in the van, and I will be loading it up throughout this week to make sure that everything I need is in this van for my trip to Michigan. Um, I do leave a lot of stuff in here, so it's really not a lot that I have to load up, but I like to make my list and make sure that I have everything that I need. And each trip is different. I don't always need everything to go with me on every trip. But this trip, I'm bringing the canopy, and I may not need it, but I'm bringing it. I was going to bring a tent, but the friend I'm going with is going to bring a tent. So, not that we're going to sleep in the tent. And if she's bringing a tent, I may not even need a canopy. So I'll figure it all out. This is why I need this time to figure out what it is that I'm doing on this trip, what I'm taking with me. And once I have that all set, what I really want is to have everything in the car and ready to go. And then on Sunday morning, put the food in the fridge. And I want that to be all that I need to do is put the food in the fridge and go, because I want everything to already be in the car. I've got laundry to do because it's now later in the summer and it's Michigan. If they're anything like we are here in Syracuse, it gets chilly at night. So I'll need like a sweatshirt. I'll need some long pants, sweatpants or something, which I didn't need at all when I went to New England. And I'm expecting Michigan to do the same. I expect that their weather is going to be similar to the weather here at home. So this time of year here in Syracuse, it gets chilly at night and it's chilly in the morning. So, which is a great relief because it's been really hot during the day. It's still hot here during the day. Not that I'm complaining, but it's been hot here, just like it has been most of the country. But I just want to make sure that I am very well prepared for going to Michigan. And then I'm going to turn right around and go to New England. And I'll probably need some of the same warmer clothing, especially since I just came from New Hampshire. I already know that the temperature drops nicely at night. Since it's going to be later in August when we go, if they're anything like we are here, it'll get down into the 60s at night, and maybe even upper 50s. But I'm looking forward to the trip. I don't want to be anywhere where it's going to be too cold. So after the New Hampshire trip, I'll have about a month before my next trip. So that'll put me in towards the end of September. And that trip is going to be about an 8-week trip, I think. And then it'll bring me back home in time for the holidays. And then I'm out of here again. I'm heading south again. I don't have to do snow anymore, so I'm not going to do snow anymore. And I hope that I can get out of here before there's any kind of significant snowfall. It's hard to say because this summer has been so warm, so it makes me feel like the winter this year is going to be kind of brutal. Um, so I don't want to be here for that. I want to be somewhere where it's warmer than it is here. And I can do 50s and 60s. I can do 40s even. When we were in Florida in January, we had some cold nights. It got down into the 30s a couple of times. But it's not like here when the wind chill puts you below zero. And I don't want to do any of that. And I don't want to see any snow. So got kind of a full schedule. And the funny thing is, I chatted with my oldest daughter. She seems a little upset that I'm not here. I haven't been here. She says, "Ma, I haven't seen you in a month." I'm like, I can recall that I've been before I started traveling that I've been home for a month and she hadn't even called me. Like, come on. Let me go and live my retired life. I'm not concerned. I think she's just trying to razz me a little bit, but I am going to go see her before I go to Michigan because I told her that I would. And actually, I don't know if I am going to see her before I go to Michigan because she's traveling too. So go figure. She's traveling and I'm traveling. And the last time when I went to New Hampshire and Vermont, she also was traveling. She went to North Carolina. So why is it okay for her to travel and not me? She travels all the time. So I'm going to travel all the time, and she's just going to have to like it. Anyway, I've got a little bit of footage of Lake Ontario, so I hope that you enjoy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.